Guys, this is the first time I'm actually speaking in this vlog. It has been a very slow start to the new year. I'm gonna chat through like some of my goals. I really don't have that many for 2026, but I want to still talk through some of them with you. Before that, I filmed some clips of me on New Year's Eve opening some letters I had written to myself for the past 4 years, I think it was. Past me will explain more of all of that, but that is going to play now before I talk about my goals. Okay, hi guys, I am coming to you on New Year's Eve to interrupt this New Year reset, and I'm about to read the letters I wrote to myself back in, I think 2018 is when I wrote the first one. I just decided one New Year's that I was going to write a letter to myself in 5 years, and I wrote one every year up until 2021, and then I got to open them all. So these letters are from 2021 till last year, so I have 4 to open. I'm actually really intrigued to see what these say, because I think the last time I kind of remembered some of the things, but this time I have no idea what could be in these 4 letters. The only thing I do know is in these is I put a photo of myself on the day I write the letter in each one, so I know that's in them. So I'm just gonna open them now. I'm probably not gonna like read them out on camera just because they are quite personal. Yeah, I just said I would give my reactions, and if there is anything I want to include in the video, I will. So we're starting with, I wrote this one on the 1st of January 2022, but this is the one for 2021. So I was 21 years old when I wrote this letter, and I'm 25 now. So let's see what I wrote. I can show you the photos. Oh my god. There's me. 21-year-old me. Oh, I actually wrote this on the 31st. It says the date and the time I wrote it at. It's like 4 pages long. Oh my god, okay. Oh, stop. I feel like I'm gonna cry. I don't know why. I'll read this bit out because it's kind of cute. I said, I'll just recap the year for you because it's been 4 years for you. OMG, that'll be crazy. How is age 25 treating you? I seriously can't even imagine what life would be like then. Oh my god. So I forgot that this was like peak lockdown COVID times. So I literally said we started the year in a level 5 lockdown. So that was like, we couldn't leave our houses, do anything, go see people. That was crazy. I forgot about that. Sorry, this is crazy reading this. Ooh, this is where I like move on to the goals for the next year. Let's see what happens. Let's see what I said. 2021, I wrote down a goal for 2022. I will share this with you. I want to seriously focus on YouTube. I have good feelings. It only took me 3 years after. Oh, that's so fun. Some things I found love for this year. One of them was reading. That's crazy. And then I said I have read 11 books this year. That's a sweet letter. To like read it from the perspective of my 21-year-old self is like really crazy. Like, it feels like a different person wrote this letter, if that makes any sense. It probably, like, it just feels different. I love that I have the photo as well to go with that, so I can see that's the girl who wrote that letter. 2022. This one might be a little bit tricky, I think. Whoa, I look so different in that photo. I feel like I look so red. I actually was on Roaccutane for like a year. I think this might have been the year I started that, so I think that's why I look so red. But I look so different compared to the year before. Oh, this is sweet. My niece was born this year and I wrote that in here. 2022 was a bit of a hard year for me, and reading this in that mindset, I suppose, because so much has happened since then and I've grown so much, and reading it in the place I was at is kind of hard, but I can understand why I felt the way I did. I did write on it, which is a little bit of a positive thing. I know I'm on the road to getting better and to be exactly where I want to be. And that was very true. It's crazy the difference in the two letters, like even a year can make, because there are some things in the first letter that I was really like positive and happy and looking forward to, but then it completely switched in this one. Oh yeah, I'd mentioned I was on Roaccutane. I hope you're enjoying your clear skin. I said you're welcome. I am, thank you. This is so funny. I put in the bottom, I was like, oh my god, I forgot, I'm so ashamed. The most important thing that happened all year, I only saw Harry Styles. Best night of my life, apparently. Never forget it. And also seeing him again in Slane in 2023, which I did. Which is also kind of crazy because sitting here now, there's rumours that Harry Styles is going to be coming back next year. And like, let's be real, it's about time. 3 years, come on Harry, we need you, we need you. 2023. This is a chunky one. There's the photo. Sorry, there's like reflection from the window and it's not picking up the photos really well. I always add a little bit and add a little bit of, I hope you're happy, how are you? And I like that I do that for myself. I like that I'm like how are you? I don't know what's gonna happen for you type of thing. Little bit about me, but I am a barista and I did a barista course at the start of 2023 and I'm just talking about that. And then that led to me doing another course for like 7 weeks and meeting so many different people, and I would never have done that. And to be quite honest, like sitting here now, that would scare me so much. But the fact that I did that, I even was writing it in here, it was actually probably like one of the best things I did for myself. This year was truly for growth and more growth. And that was so true. I did so much in 2023, even if it was like basic in a way, some things. Like some of these things I did, I'm sitting here right now and I'm like, how did I do that? No, because this is wild. In brackets here it said, also get back into creating, this is your dream. And by creating, I meant YouTube and stuff. Which is just wild that 2 years after the first letter, I was still saying, get back and doing it. I might do 5 years for the next one just because it feels right to do 25 to 30. So, which is insane to think in 5 years I'm going to be 30. Please, please no. Last letter, which is from last year, which I kind of have a feeling what might be written on this, and if it's what I think it is, girl, you have no idea what was about to happen for you. Oh my god, there's 2 pictures here. Why is there 2 pictures? Oh. There's no full photo of my face, but I just took a photo of me with the letter for this year. And then I have a little photo of Edinburgh Castle, which will make a lot more sense once I read this letter, I think. Here we go again with the Mary girl, you better at least try to be consistent again with the content. Oh my god, the fact that I wrote it in basically in 3 out of the 4 letters is insane to me. You owe it to yourself, you wanted it long enough. The reason I have the photo of Edinburgh Castle in there is because first one has got to be Edinburgh. I've truly fallen in love with that city, and even thinking about it, it brings me joy. I went twice in 2024. And I'm already planning on kind of going back in the new year, I think. I went to a Niall Horan concert and I said, couldn't forget about going to Niall's concert, was genuinely one of the best nights. He brought out Dermot Kennedy and sang a song with Dermot Kennedy. Niall actually sang my favourite song that he didn't sing very rarely. It wasn't on the set list for every night. So he sang Science, if you know. I did cry. And I have the whole thing videoed. Oh no, I forgot about this. I literally wrote, I also can't forget a really sad moment this year, and Liam Payne. I literally mentioned that Liam Payne passed away in 2024 in this letter because my 14-year-old self was actually really upset. I didn't expect to be really upset about that, but obviously like I literally was obsessed with One Direction from the age of 10 when they were in X Factor to still am to this day, let's be real. I just didn't expect it to affect me like it did. All of those memories of my teenage years are so heavily influenced and carried by One Direction, and that is literally not even a lie, and that's not being dramatic. I cannot tell you, my teenage years were literally surrounded, like I said, heavily influenced and carried by One Direction. Like that is the best way to describe a lot of my teenage years. Aww. This year wasn't everything I hoped for, but that's totally normal and okay. Yes, it is. No, because that's so funny. At the end of this, I'm like, I hope 25-year-old me is happy and healthy and finally finishing that Goodreads reading goal. And yeah, that was a goal and I hit that goal and I surpassed my reading goal for 2025. That's the letters read, and I actually think these might be my favourite. I don't know if I can pick favourites because is that like a silly thing to even say, but I don't know, there's something about these ones that just feel like really transformative, and I think that is how I would describe the ages of 21 to 24 for me, or 25 now. Very transformative, eye-opening. A lot of stuff happened. I've been through so much since the end of 2021. I am so grateful for going through all that, even though I wasn't at the time, because I am where I am now and I am who I am now, and I couldn't be who I am right now without all of that. And I'm so happy I have these letters to look back on. And now I'm gonna write my letter for 2025 to my 30-year-old self. This is a good year to write about though. I'm so excited to write about this year. I really, really am. Thank you for sitting and reacting to these letters with me. Back to future Mary for you. Just been sat here trying to like think of 2026 goals. I don't really have any major goals this year. I haven't really thought about it. I met my friend on Friday and I was kind of just like, I haven't even really thought too much into it. I've thought about a few little things, more like fun things, but nothing too serious. And to be honest, I don't do anything too serious anymore because I find that I just don't stick to it and I get overwhelmed and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait until the next year, and that just doesn't work. So I've written a few things, so I've put them in personal, career and fun. I'm going to read out only a few of them because I will keep some of them to myself, I suppose, just because. For personal, I literally have like some of the most basic things, but I always find when I do these things it makes me feel a bit better in myself. So first we have go on more walks at least once a day. I love going for walks, I just don't do it as often as I should. Sometimes when I come home from work I just really don't want to do anything and I don't want to go for a walk, but I think especially at those moments, especially after work, I need to prioritize, okay, literally will take me 20 minutes to go for a quick walk if it really needs to be. And I also have a walking pad that I need to start using more. On days where it's like raining or I'm like, I really just don't want to go for a walk right now, I'll get on the walking pad and I'll walk, and while I'm watching YouTube or a program or whatever it is, start to set up my iPad and walk while I watch, because I did that at first but then I just stopped. So I need to get back into doing that again. I want to focus on like whole foods and how I'm like fueling my body with what I eat. Just I've noticed a few things about my body in the last couple of months that I really want to try and improve and get to the bottom of, so I think that will help with that. I have a journal every day because I'm really bad at journaling every day. I know I need to do it even if it's literally like 1 page a day. And my friend actually got me a 5-year diary, I think it is. It has a little page for each day of the year and you literally just write the year and a little line of what something you want to remember that day or what you got up to that day. So I'm gonna do that and also write in my big journal as well because I need to start doing that again. Start yoga and meditation again. I used to do that every single day. It made me feel so good. It made me feel calm and I feel like I need to get back to that state, so that is definitely something I want to be prioritizing. Read every day, which is not something that I don't do, but sometimes I might skip a day or I won't read as much, and I just want to really prioritize reading every day. Spend more time with friends, even though I do that a lot. It'll be nice to organize more, like doing things with my friends rather than just like meeting up for a coffee or whatever it is. We can like go for dinner, do day trips, go shopping, those type of things. The last thing in personal so far anyway is do 1 solo day a month. I want to really get good at spending time with myself this year and being comfortable doing things solo. I want to be able to go to the library, go get a coffee and sit in a coffee shop and read my book on my own, or even go for lunch on my own, just something. When we move on to career, I won't really say too much on this one. I have a couple of points, but the ones I will tell you about is focus on quality of my YouTube videos. Like up the game a little bit more this year. I just want to like learn more about editing and focus on making my videos good quality. The last one I'll tell you on this is try post on TikTok more. I need to start prioritizing TikTok because I love watching people on TikTok. I love little daily vlogs. I want to try post on TikTok more. The last section I have is a fun section, and I feel like everybody needs a little bit of fun in their lives. So I was like, let me write down some fun things I could do. The first is try a dance class. I wanted to do this for so long. I used to dance when I was younger. It was kind of more like hip hop dance, but I kind of want to try like, I don't know, maybe a ballroom dance. Maybe if it's hip hop, just something like even just once try a dance class and see how I find it, see if I like it. I want to try a Pilates or yoga class. I've never done that before and I would really like to do that. Me and my friend were actually talking about that on Friday as well, like that we would like to do that together, even if it's like once every couple of months. Go to a Pilates, go to a yoga class. There's loads in our area as well now. I would really like to see, do I actually enjoy that type of thing? Day trips with the girls, as I was saying, this kind of goes with the spend more time with friends. We want to kind of try like do day trips to different places around us, I suppose, around Ireland, or just like things we wouldn't normally do, because I feel like it's really nice obviously to catch up and just like sit and chat in like a coffee shop or something, but I think it's nice to do something a little bit different every now and then as well. Pick up new hobbies. I want to try pick up new hobbies. The main one being crocheting. I've tried crocheting for the last 2 years and I haven't really tried hard enough, I feel like, so that is definitely one I want to try and pick up and stick to this year. And then last one is try making sourdough. This is something I've wanted to do for years. Also, I have a sourdough starter kit downstairs in my press and I just don't do it. That is definitely going to be something I stick to this year. They're my goals and things I want to do for 2026. It's nothing crazy and I've just had such a like slow start to the year, and I think that is the best way to do it for me. I think a couple of years ago I was just like, I don't want to put pressure on myself for any more New Year's, because there's so much pressure on a new year to restart your life, be the best version of yourself straight away, and that's just not realistic. I think for me anyway, it is better if I stick to smaller goals, say like monthly goals, even like realistic goals for myself that I know I can do because I've done before, or just like fallen off it and I know I will pick up again and I will enjoy doing them. There's no point me putting down here things like go to the gym 3 days a week, get up earlier. Like there is actually just no point to me doing that because I'm not going to do it. It's not something I want to do, and I think that's okay. I think it's nicer to just look at the new year as it's a clean slate, but I don't need to reinvent myself. I don't need to have everything figured out in January. The world has not woken up yet. The animals are still hibernating. The leaves are still growing back. The flowers aren't out yet, so I am not reinventing my entire life in January. By the end of February, I want to be in a routine with these goals. Then, you know, that's perfect timing for me. I'm gonna stop yapping now because I feel like this video is going to be way too long if I keep going. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for watching if you have gotten this far, and if you would like to stick around with me for 2026, that would mean so much. I'm excited for the new year and I'm excited to keep creating videos for you. I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.